So I'm going to begin with the income. The total income for the month is $13,512.78. So this is my pay gross amount from my employer, and then for our reselling business income, which we do on the side, we meaning myself and my wife, this is a pretty good month for our reselling business. So that's $4,004.82. So this amount came from my wife because we needed to send this amount to a family in the Philippines. And then this is just a refund for an Amazon item related to Halloween. And we also needed to withdraw $1,000 and 175 from emergency fund because my wife needed to get her heart checked, and dude, it's expensive to have heart checked in the US. Man, and then from our travel fund, we needed to get $700.32 and 8 cents because October is a pretty significant month for us. We went to the beach, and so we enjoyed a weekend for the whole family. So let's dive into the expenses. So our taxes deducted by my employer is $529.43. Medical, this is way bigger than the September amount. So and the reason for that is this: a heart checkup fee of $516 and another one for $523, and some lab fees, and so that's why it's very high. For our savings, which includes the HSA and contribution for my retirement fund, $498.46, emergency fund of $200, mortgage of 2,780 and 88 cents. This is pretty much fixed, so it's not changing unless in 2026 some things change with the insurance amount and the property taxes. For entertainment, now this is a more manageable set of entertainment for us. That includes Netflix, YouTube, NFL Sunday Ticket, and a bunch of Prime Video rentals. For bills and utilities, that's just under $800. Let's take a look why that is. So these are pretty much fixed, but we needed to pay for renewal of our Mint Mobile. Um, so renewal for me and renewal for my son. So I love Mint Mobile. It's not perfect, but it has enabled us to save hundreds of dollars after we shifted from AT&T to Mint Mobile. For charity, that's pretty much, I think, a little bit higher than September's number because a friend of mine, his daughter passed away unexpectedly, so I sent $100 as a kind of a help for the family. For our payments, this is slightly lower compared to the September amount, but it's still higher than our target $1,800 minimum payment. Again, we want to reduce the debt faster and sooner rather than later. For restaurants, this includes restaurant bills that we spent when we were on vacation near the beach. And the groceries is also lower this month, lower by around 350 or almost $400, which is always a good thing. If we can lower bills, that's always a good thing. Fees and interest, because I have a Delta Platinum, that's a platinum card with Amex, so that's $350. And again, that's kind of expensive, but for all the perks of American Express, Delta card, it is what it is. For transformation, what am I talking about? For transportation, now this is a more normal transportation rate for us, so that's $464.28 because last month we replaced the windshield, we replaced two tires for our Kia Soul, but no such emergencies this month. It's pretty much gas, auto insurance, and the car wash membership for the transportation expenses this month. For education, that's pretty much lunch money, the piano fee, and the gymnastics fee for our kids. Now, shopping, now that's a little bit higher. Let's see why that is. Oh, yeah, part of it is uh, when we went to Port Aranza, which is in the southeastern part of Texas, we left one of the bags, one of the luggage for our kiddos. So their bags, I mean their clothes were in that bag. So what happened was I needed to go to Walmart at like 10:30 in the evening in order to do some shopping for them so they could have their clothes for the 3 days that we spent there. And also we did some shopping for Halloween, costumes, chocolates, candy, and all that fun stuff. But here's a tip: whenever you go travel, always check, always check that you have all the luggages before driving away from home. All right, for the business, I ended up also spending quite a bit for business on my personal card. I really need to replace those subscriptions, those expenses, and make sure to use our business card. Another very high expense this month is for gifts because we do not want to spend everything for Christmas on December. We're starting to buy some of the gifts and some of the stuff that we need to pay for. Like we bought a Christmas tree for our new house. The last Christmas tree that we bought was actually back in 2016 when we first moved to the US. And so since we've moved to our home in 2022, we thought that it's high time to buy a taller Christmas tree, which we did. And also we bought a PlayStation gift for our kiddos. And so it's not just for one kid, but for all of them, and for me too, if I'm being honest. So we are spending the gifts now before December. So the load is not going to be too much on our wallets during the holidays. So the total expenses for this month is $13,512.78, which is not much different from September's total expenses. However, if we remove the $1,000 health checkup for my wife's heart and also the gifts, so it can be reduced by around 1,700. So I think hopefully hopefully, like crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, don't jinx it, November we will not have any emergency and it will reflect a more normal spending for us. So don't forget to subscribe so you can see our expenses in November and how we are budgeting for November.